S coming at you live, unleashing the power of perspective, one reaction at a time. I've been a life strategist for over 20 years, and I'm here to share my insights on trending topics, current news, and music videos that we all want to talk about with love and humor. Welcome back to the Olga S. Pérez Show. I'm your host, Olga. How you doing? Especially for those that are in the midst of the whole hurricane Helene. We're not even going to talk about the right pronunciation. I'm coming at you. I said it. I put it in the title description that adult content warning. Because I actually did type in, viewers discretion advice, because I don't need anybody who can't handle the truth. So as you saw, also the picture, the thumbnail to the video was truth bombs. And, sometimes it could be attractive, right? You're like, yeah, let's talk some truth. But see, sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes the truth, people don't want to face it. And I actually specialize in the fucking truth. And I don't have to be. And I am not. I never needed to give myself a label. But for those out there like the truthers, whatever. And then what happened with that? Just like with the conspiracy theorists and stuff. It's like, so I'm telling you straight up, I'm going to go off. And as a citizen, as a mother, as a sister, as a human being. But before I go off, because the truth will set you free. But maybe now people are waking up, or maybe now, the juices are flowing where, how many times have I said it over and over? Community, us. But see, when we act like we don't have power, when we do, so I'm going to be calling everybody out. That's right. Just like you're in home with me right now. But before I go there, anyway, I do hope that wherever you're at, everything is well. And your loved ones well. My heart goes out for everybody in the whole world suffering or feeling abandoned. So we'll get into that. But I actually just had two conflicting thoughts, and now I just lost my thought. So, I love to use love and humor. But yeah, I really, obviously, I'm going to talk about FEMA. I'm going to talk about the United States. I'm going to talk about what's happened. I know at this point, it's been all week. Well, with the whole hurricane thing, that's been like 2 weeks now, right? So I'm sure I don't really need to go through all the news. Because honestly, even if we talk about it and we complain about it, that doesn't change anything. That doesn't help anybody. So that's where I'm going at. So I'm not necessarily, I don't know how long this live is going to be, but gloves come completely off, and you can talk to me directly on Locals. Become a member if you haven't already. For those who are new, welcome. Awesome to have you. And if you've been here before, welcome back, my love. And your comments are my fuel. I do read them. I will respond. Keep them coming. And thanks again for all my members, both here on the BoobTube and on Locals. And I'm live on Rumble and X all at the same time. So if you haven't followed me already on X, follow me on X. Let them know that I exist. I know that a lot of people that get a lot of traction, usually really quick, are people that post, believe it or not, on X specifically, conspiracy stuff, or not conspiracy, but they do their research and then they post it, and it's awesome. And that's great. It takes a lot of time that I don't really have right now, but I have my heart and I have my soul, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I will say hi to whoever's with me already. I hope I have or can, and that all of you are able to join me live. If not, hey, it's all right. Watch the replay. Keep those comments coming. Look at me. I just got verklempt. I'm not even upset. Actually, today I was going to a meeting. I took a train and I found a wallet, and I'm like, what do I do? I don't know if you guys want to hear that story. I could also get into it, because also some of you members who have asked me or given me some suggestions. Anyway, your messages on Locals. The link, by the way, is in the description below. I'll also put it here in the live chat, Because like right after this live, that's where I'm going. That's where we're gonna be. Let me see locals link. But let me tell you something. For somebody who's spent most of their life, or actually since I can remember, I'm just always helping people. It's always been my thing. I don't know. It came, whether it came natural or, it did come natural, but then I loved the feeling of helping people, right? And then here we go, 20, 30, 40 years later, here I am. But I get a little frustrated because everybody wants help, but they don't want to do the work, or they just don't want to do what it takes, right? So for those of you who know me for a while, then you know my story and how, besides like the hardship I had growing up, not the most functional family, abuse, blah, blah, blah. I thought that was the hardest thing I was going to live through in life because I left early. I left underage. I left at 17. But I was warned, if anything's going to happen, it'll be you because you trust people or you got a big mouth and all this stuff. And it's like, and we're young. I just wanted to get away from misery. And so I expected the world was not going to be a very nice, easy place. So I was ready. I had my shield up, had my eyes open, my ears peeled, or however you say that in English. But a day came that I lost everything. And that took me to lose hope, spirit, belief in God. Reality check. It's like when life hits you. Or is it life? Or is it part of society? And some of you, as you know, I've been working on a book telling these stories and this experience, but not because I'm just telling you a story. Like, look what I went through. No. Look what I went through. Look what I learned. Here you go. You know what I mean? Like, take this. Hope it's useful for you. Because when I needed the help, didn't have it. Couldn't even find it. And it took forever. So this book hopefully will give it to you in a nutshell what it took me years of also trial and error. But when I'm talking about when I lose everything, or when I lost everything, when I lost everything, I mean, obviously your morale, everything's just done. And I mean, I got to the point that I didn't even want to live. I'm just like, the world's against me. And then when I finally needed any help, because before I was doing it all by myself, hustling, working, whatever I got to do. And then it's like, oh, really? I did all that? And I get dumped? And I'm like, and there's no help from the government? Do you see where I'm coming from? With this whole Hurricane Helene, FEMA, and the BS that I knew. Why do I always say community, locals? Not the plug-in for my locals.com. Isn't that funny? Like, I actually like that platform because it was called Locals, and I'm really passionate about it because it is your local community. Because what if you live far away from your family? What if your family sucks, even if they live down the street? You know what I'm saying? You need your friends. You need community. If you don't, you freaking meet them. You create an alliance. And what's happening right now? Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, even Florida, right? What's happening? They're being blocked by FEMA where they can't even help each other. Are you kidding me? Again with this shit. And what I mean by this is that it's human nature. It's even any animal, or most animals, right? Even insects, they help each other. See what I'm saying? Here's where it's getting me. Here's where it's getting me real good and real freaking hard. Because I know the meaning. And I don't preach it, and I'm a hypocrite. I work this. I've even specialized in it for 15 years. Just on networking, contacting, communicating. You know what I mean? Being brothers and sisters in humanity. And the lies of the media at this point, it's like, you gotta be evil to even like, now the death toll is 215. Really? Really? Does it really take a brainiac to figure it out that there's definitely a lot more than 200 and something? See, I'm getting more verklempt. Happy Friday to you. Share this content. Sharing is caring. And if you haven't smashed that like button, just please show the algorithm that, hello, she's here. Because, I've been shadow banned and that shit's never changed. And shout out to all of you that have sent me messages of support. It really, I don't even know how it's possible. But like, honestly, one comment of, I can't believe you're still here, Olga, and don't give up. And I'm like, and you know what I mean? Or like, I love you, or like, whatever, right? It's like, can you believe one comment? I'm a big thing, okay? I'm a little girl. Well, I'm not as little as I used to be. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm a little peon, right? Like, and one human can ignite me to put all this work and effort and to show up over and over again. Okay? That's how important we are to each other. If I'm not proof. But anyway, look, I need to calm down. I'm getting more verklempt. Anyway, of course, I'm going to read your chats, I'm going to glance over in a second. I welcome all of you. Like, I never know between, if you haven't followed me already, subscribe. I mean, that's awesome. Like, but I don't blame you if you don't want to subscribe to me in like 2 different places. Totally get it. Totally get it. We don't have time for all this stuff. But I just want Rumble to even recognize me. It's been a couple years now. Come on. Anyway. So this is not about me. I just want to share with you how my tough love is the same tough love that I got from the universe. Okay? God, whatever you want to call it. All the above. And what did I say? Don't get into debt. Don't go around walking around telling people you have a house that you own if you're paying a mortgage, right? That's just an example. Didn't I say, like, for example, Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is one company, one of many, that doesn't want to put ads on Rumble because they say it's far right wing. And if you know me, I'm not about right wing because that's not helping anybody. I'm not left or right. I'm human. I'm human and American. And the thing is, I do know that there are a lot of Americans that have the spirit that either never gave up or when shit ignites, they show up. But unfortunately, that's not the majority. Yes, because even the right wings or even the people that are like, I'm pro-America, right? Again, whatever label you want to give it. Are you playing video games? Because if you're 18 years old, and you're playing video games I don't care. I don't care if it's your day off, you worked your ass off, but just think about it. While you're distracted, while we're distracted, watching Netflix, playing videos, like that shit's got to go, bro. It's time to grow up. A game is a game. But how can you play games when we got a lot of... One of the things that came to my mind today was, the deep state, the swamp. Honey, have we not, at now more than ever? I mean, we say it, right? We said it months ago for whatever thing was going in the news, and another thing. No. At this point, there is no swamp. I mean, I've been saying it, but do we have the proof, right? So I think now the proof is very evident, very clear that the government is not your daddy and actually hates you. And because they don't need you. They really believe it. I mean, shout out to the port, right? They came to an agreement. They got their money that they wanted, but they couldn't do it before, right? They couldn't give them the money that they've been asking for before, right? But they do it now. Why? I mean, you're letting all these migrants come in, and of course these migrants are coming in like, oh, but every time I go look for a job, so that even the good ones that are coming in with good intentions, then they're like, looking for a job, and everyone's like, no, because we don't have the work. Or maybe if you can't speak English, it's going to be a problem. I mean, there's so many reasons. But they freaking knew this shit. And I don't need any other stupid expert, influencer, whoever you think knows their shit. Well, here's the reason why the rich want the migrants to be here. I don't need a discussion or debate. If I have a flood in my basement, I'm asking for either I have a pump or ask a neighbor, or if I can't, you know where I'm coming from with this. Obviously, us being blocked from helping people with the whole Hurricane Helene thing. And everyone's like, oh, look at the bureaucracy. No. We have the power. Nobody can stop you. Let them. And if they do, why aren't they videotaping it? Or if they are, why are they being blocked? Because some people, there were some news outlets that were sharing this baby saved and this older woman, don't quote me exactly, but this elder, a baby saved. And it was a normal citizen. And yet apparently the government takes over. But see, you can't believe anything the news says either. Because apparently there was also like pictures of, I don't know if it's one girl with a little puppy. And because now we know with AI, you could make up anything. And there's always going to be some freak and idiot out there screwing it for the rest of us. But that's the thing. If we're one family, right? Whether you have 3 siblings or 6 or 8, whatever, right? So let's just go smaller and just imagine like the government's the parents or the elder brother or sister, right? But again, the majority of us, we get together and we're like, no, this is wrong. No, we call each other out. And we don't let one brother or one parent, even if it's mom and dad, if they're both doing something wrong, we're like, and the brothers and sisters get together, or the cousins, or the village for that. So this is where I'm at. No, you cannot want change if you're still going to Dunkin' Donuts, if you're still watching Netflix, if you're paying for anything that's not local, if you're not growing your own food, you got no power. But you got power the moment that everybody stops being lazy, takes accountability. I don't own a car. I barely don't even own anything. Why? Because if I can't pay for it outright, or I don't know I can own my land, or, if you don't pay taxes, we can take your land. Yeah. What kind of country? That's not a country. And for those who don't know, America is a corporation. I'm so glad because I saw that 30 years ago, but it's okay because I was just an immigrant asking questions and doing some research. Okay, well, now we know, especially with all the social media, at the very least. Okay, so now, if you want a country, because here's the ugliest part about this whole story. Guess what the ugliest part? I figured it out a long time ago, but I want to know, did you figure out that you don't have a country? Just let that settle in. Now, the American soul exists. It is real. It is. That's why I'm here. That's a fact. I came, I saw like freaking Hillary with the C. Okay? When she said that about Lebanon, we said, sick, sadistic psychopaths. Okay. So we don't have a country. And of course, we're like, well, how do we drain the swamp? So going back to my comment about the swamp, there is no swamp. There is no deep state. They all keep each other in check. Nobody wants to lose their power that we apparently gave them. Or did they give it to themselves? Oh, we voted them in. Really? Because without a lot of money to back them up and who's paying them, we already know, right? The lobbyists, blah, blah, blah. So we all know what's going on. But let us stop going to every store, Home Depot, all of them. Let us unplug from the tit, the comfort, the convenience. Unplug. Make the sacrifice. Force the stores, if you don't want something wrapped in plastic or even water in plastic, who doesn't know how bad this shit is for you? Just look the other way. Just look, it's just too much. I got to take my kid to daycare. I got to go to work. I got to pay my rent. Okay, fine. I pay a lot in taxes, but hey, I could still afford it. Thank God. Thank God I make enough money. Like these are some people, right? So do you see what I mean? If they really thought and cared, so the people that can actually manage living a decent life, which is not the majority, for those people, if they actually had to look and watch people suffering around them, do you understand? It'd be really hard. Think about it. It'd be really hard to watch and enjoy a movie or play a video game. Again, I'm not attacking people that play video games. I'm just giving you examples. When there's an emergency, there's no time to play. And we've been playing for a long time. So it's the end of talking and the beginning of action. Are we ready now? Are we ready? Oh my God. I can show you. I don't even know if I should start getting into it. I got a bunch of videos pulled up, some on X, some on TikTok. I just don't know. I'm like, because I like to be a little positive, but at the same time, I feel I want to give them a voice. There's no doubt about it. And here we go. Give me 1 second. Ah! But before I even screen share, because maybe you guys don't even want me to screen share. But like I even looked for pictures today, top news, all this stuff. Disgusting. Elon Musk to attend Trump's Pennsylvania rally, or like Trump said that he is not that he's offering help, but then he's saying that the Biden administration isn't giving any help to like the Hurricane Helene thing. But then it's all fake, false. Like, yeah. Why would anybody believe anything they read? Actions speak louder. So when the people are speaking, the people are posting on Twitter, on Facebook, on X. That's it, brothers. But if again, the people that are not even neighbors, just regular citizens, just like normal good Samaritans out there helping. No, you can't help. I get it. Oh, because what if you like break their neck on the way up because you're not a medical expert, blah, 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 right? Like a trained rescue ambulance. That we get it. We get it. But see, it doesn't work that way. At the end of the day, a government is supposed to give you enough infrastructure to kind of help facilitate us getting along and doing transactions. But that shit's been eroding, broken for decades. And you're going to tell me, we ain't got no money? We ain't got no money. Here's another truth bomb that I know you're going to be like, you're not going to see this one coming. You ready? You ready for this? Okay. They don't have money, right? Right? And you're like, oh, of course, what is everybody's response? Oh, we sent billions to Ukraine and billions to Israel and millions over here and over there, right? We got money. What are you talking about? How do we have money if we've been trillions in debt? Who doesn't know at this point that the Federal Reserve isn't federal and it ain't reserve? Oh, you don't want to know. That's just too much. You can't handle it. I get it. Life, just simple life, right? Raising kids, cooking, cleaning, going to work, fixing the car, anything broken in the house or any family problems, somebody sick. I get it. They don't have any money, honey. Remember, they've been printing fake money. Hello? Truth bomb. So how are they going to give us money? It'd be more fake money, which just puts us more in debt, right? Right? Okay. So there's the wake-up call. It's not that they don't have money. They don't want to print more fake money for you, because why would you do that? You only do that because you want people to get pissed and you want them dead. You just don't want them around. There's just too many of us. And yeah, and to speak for like the, crazy psychopath rich, like real rich people, not like normal rich people. I'm talking about Amazon. These people that like own everything that we all suck the tit off. Okay. So then what happens? Okay. And I get it. I order from Amazon. Very convenient. But I have no problem not ordering from them. I can live without them. Do it all the time. In fact, the only time I ever, in my personal experience, use Amazon, because I didn't for a long time. In fact, not even during COVID. I definitely refuted to use them during COVID because how convenient, right? And remember, then he gets on this little spaceship and he supposedly goes to space with Shatner, right? Oh, thanks to all of you, I was able to do this. And and everyone's out looking at all the celebrities and everything they're coming down at, right? And all this shit's is finally coming out, which we all know it's all distraction. But of course we want to know, because the thing is, how do you worship somebody? The celebrity, you don't get celebrity status without your eyeballs and adoration. So not just the video game players or anybody else, playing with themselves. Don't. It's a matter, it's figure of speech. Okay. So what happens? What happens? If they put all the eyeballs onto the politicians, onto the governors, congressmen, their mayor of their town, you feel me? If they were under a microscope. Okay, so we get what we deserve. Do you understand that? We get what we deserve. When I lost everything and my life went to shit and everything, I had to take accountability. That was definitely the hardest part. I was a victim. I mean, I was a legit victim. But being in the victim wasn't taking me anywhere, wasn't helping me, not mentally, morally, spiritually, But then for me personally, since I was single and I didn't have kids and I was in college, they're like, yeah, you don't qualify for any help. Okay. Yeah, just claim bankruptcy and but you're like, yeah, live in your car. And I still had a car payment. So it's like, yeah, and your car can be repossessed. You ever heard of things like couch surfing? I did what I had to do. And especially if I didn't have family that were supportive, which I didn't. That's another freaking story. I've said it. I've mentioned it a few times. I definitely mentioned it on Locals. And of course, you can ask me if you really want to know. Of course, I'm an open book because the truth is the only thing that works. It's the best. It might hurt. It might suck. It might rub you the wrong way. I get it. But I love you. I do. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. Because in order for me to love you, I got to love myself. And once I learn to love myself and stand up for myself and not be a victim, that's empowering. See, so if all of America just unplugged overnight, forget the shipping yard. Us. Oh, we don't need stuff anymore. No, we don't need 50 pairs of shoes. We don't need, there's some people that do. Some people don't have enough shoes. I get it. No. If we were more united, instead of telling your neighbor to mind their business, which I get it. If we were like, you need anything, it's cool. Like, hey, don't fuck with me. Don't disrespect me. I'll be cool with you. If we just had self-respect to respect others, right? So we lost all that shit. So this is the product of distraction, comforts, conveniences, and not being friends with your freaking neighbors. That's where we're at. And then imagine, there's one thing I can say that I have said on Locals, and I'll say it again over on Locals, but I can't say it here because they'd come after me. Because what's the one thing that would cripple? Because if you're paying for a government, you see where I'm going at? If you're paying for a government that doesn't take care of natural disasters and they don't have money, of course they don't, of course, fake. So they know where we're going. It's a freight train with no brakes. They know. And you know what I also know? It's not going to be them to really let the cat out of the bag. No. They can't. They can't. They're that much of losers and pathetic humans that we could never admit. So it's going to be divine intervention. You mark my words. It will be God who will teach us all the lesson. So I don't feel sorry for people for that same reason. Having pity on someone doesn't help them. It just doesn't. Giving them tools, support, mentally, morally, physically, whatever, even if it's got to do with money, right? But hello, who was it? Oh, hold on. Wasn't it just Biden that just said, hey, you American people, you should pay for what's happened in the hurricane. You bring out the money. Oh, like we haven't had enough? Like we haven't had enough crowdfunding that even they block. Now we're going to take it down. Patreon, all of them. So now our money, that's why I've been screaming over and over again that giving somebody money, yes, although it's really good intention, and there's nothing like the people that are physically doing stuff. I can't. Okay, hold on. Because I'm just seeing visions of like some of the TikToks that I saw. But anyway, hello everyone. Thank you for being here. Hey, thank you for oh my God, we got to do Christopher Rintel. I hope I said that right. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome. Good day, mate from Australia. How you doing? How are you doing? Right? That's how you said it. But you know how I say, how you doing? Yes, thank you. All right. I feel like I vented. Like I feel like I got it out. The truth bombs are the truth bombs. And that is, We got to change the way we live. And then, I mean, because again, if they're printing money out, then it's really not our, the money they take from us. Like, do you see where I'm going at? Okay. Can you imagine if the whole country said, no more? Nah. And we're going to go help them physically. Nah, we're not going to send them money because then you're going to intercept it. Nah. Now, then what are you going to do? Well, they're going to do what they always do. They're just going to keep printing fake money. How to get rid of them all. And here's what I do love. The only part that I do love about the whole celebrity takedown and the P. Diddy and all that shit is that all of them in government are all a part of that shit. Every single one of them, maybe one. And I would dare say Massey, probably the only one. I said it first. Let's see if anybody else says it. Yes. So they're going to guard their shit because they can't. They're such pathetic, weak. They can never fess up to the truth, and they cannot live humbly, not once they've had any kind of power. I'm telling you. Why do you think? Remember 2008? Or just, you could see it in the news every now and again, but especially when there's an economic crash, or at least especially, 2008, 2009, people are just very wealthy people just going out. They can't handle it. I can handle it. You can handle it. Most of us can handle it. And because they think, who needs you? You're worth nothing. You're in their way. They're better than you. But the truth is, I can see where that comes from because I don't want to defend people that don't want to help themselves. Do you understand that? That is everything right there. You got to care. Who's with me? Who's been with me so far? Sean Henry. Well, good morning to you, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're at. Great today, Knees Joe. Welcome. Rocco, you made it live. Good for you. Happy to see you. Danny, what is it? McKen. I suck at this. You know that. McKen. I want to try. McKent Sheen. Oh, I'm killing it. I'm sorry. But Jesus loved the truth so much. He is the truth. Couldn't say your name, but you. That was good, baby. That was good. Hey, Rowdy Wood. My Lord, woman. What's that? What's that for? What you loving? Well, anyway, it made me feel good, made me smile. Thank you for that emoji. Those emojis. And I like the 3. I'm big into that. 3 exclamations, 3 of the Trinity. 3, baby. 3, 6, and 9. Who else we got here that I haven't said hi? Hi, Jan. What is it? Jan K. Howard. Great to see you. Welcome. Wayne Skinner. Wow. Why, thank you. I wasn't really feeling my best today. I didn't even know I was going to make it. I tried. Like I said in the meeting, this guy left his wallet on the train, and I thought, I don't know if I should give it to the conductor. I don't know which way to handle the situation. And I because I was walking by. I'm looking for a seat to sit in. I'm walking by, and I see this wallet on this seat, and I'm like, oh. And obviously the train just stopped, and a bunch of people got off. So it's like clearly, and I just like, girl, don't even like let somebody else deal with it. And I started to walk away, and then something said to me inside, like, yeah, really? Like, you really think the conductor's going to do anything about it? Or who knows if he, you know what I mean? I don't know. My instinct was like, don't trust that. And I turned around, picked up the wallet, and I was like, well, hopefully I can, find his name. And I Facebooked him, and I linked in him. And I was like, hey, just so because I don't go on Facebook unless I have to. Usually because I have an event coming up, and so I'm just sharing it with the followers and friends over there. But it's not my cup of tea. I don't like it. And so I'm like, he could be one of those people, right, that doesn't check their Facebook or get notifications. Who knows? Anyway, so I guess long story short is I decided to contact him myself and see, because I knew that Another option would be to mail it because his driver's license was in there, but then his driver's license was in North Carolina. What do you know? Can you believe that? I'm like, I'm sure he's not going to want me to send it all the way to North Carolina. So I was like, let's see. I just figured if he doesn't respond to Facebook or LinkedIn, then I would mail it. Or then I also looked it up on Google and I'm like, they said you can take it to the post office. But it was his good lucky day. He responded and he was like, oh my God, you're a lifesaver. I'm like, I get it, man. I mean, all his stuff was in there. And you know what? There was no cash. I wasn't looking for cash. I was just looking for a name. And you know, sometimes I always tell my friends, make sure you write down your name and number on a piece of paper, in case your purse, your wallet. It worked. I'm telling you, I had a friend of mine who had a night of drinking and lost. He was FUBAR, ended up in the ER, and it was the doctors that opened his wallet. And I had told him to do that months ago before that instance. And they called me at 5:00 in the morning. He's like, do you know a such and such? And I'm like, and I ran. I was there. Because that's me. I don't talk shit. I do it. You can count on me. If you can't, I'm dead. Something's wrong. I can't move. But yeah. So that was cool. So I knew I was coming back at a certain time, and we arranged it right there on the corner of the street. He was kind of cool too. He's like, I'm wearing this and that. Of course, because he had his ID, so I kind of knew what he looked like. He even had his work pass, like your tag and your ID, whatever. Anyway, yeah, he had. Oh, I was telling you guys that he had a $50 gift certificate because it happened. There was a Nike gift certificate in the wallet, and because it literally happened to say 50 on it, I was just like, I'm sure more than the money, he would care about not having to order a new license, report it, the whole night, all the credit cards. I also thought that if I couldn't get a hold of him, I was going to call his life insurance. You know me, his medical insurance card, and call that number and let them know that I had his card, and maybe they could send him an email. I was willing to do whatever it took. But anyway, it was relatively easily. He answered and he showed up and he's like, yeah, I'm wearing this and that. And I'm like, I'm wearing this and that. I'm all black with a bun and aviator sunglasses. Oh, I don't have them with me. But for those who know, especially on locals, you see me with my sunglasses. So that's it. So there's some truth bombs. We have all the power. We got to stop fucking around, because I'll tell you what, all the people that are going through right now through that hurricane, they don't have internet, lost their homes. Oh, and of course, I know that this is the same land grab as they did in Maui. I know that they did weather manipulation. That, right? You don't need me to share that. This, see what I'm saying? That's going to do nothing unless we stand up for ourselves and say a big F you and stick with each other and tell them that, like little kids say, you ain't my boss. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. And I'm just trying to be lighthearted about this, but how about this guy? Let's see. Really? Really? Hold on. Let me do this in case. Oh, I'm going to miss it now. Fuck. How much you want to bet I refresh this and it's not going to show up now? Great. Great. All right. Well, I guess. Darn. All right. Give me a second, guys. Do you even want me to? Do you want me to? Well, I'll tell you what. I'll just share with the tabs that I have, and you guys take a little peek at me doing my research. So what do we have here? Oh, the headlines. See what I mean? And as I scroll, Where's the hurricane thing? Right? Really? Oh, hold on, let me refresh. Oh, it's down here. But what did they put? CNN. This is false. White House response to Trump's FEMA disaster relief claims. You. No, see, I'm not mad that they're doing this, right? They're not upsetting me. They're not going to take my happiness and my inner peace away. I'm just saying, between us, what are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, so I refreshed it. Oh, now, okay. Hurricane Helene satellite images show major devastation. So do you see? That's even more like, that's like putting salt on the wound. Look, satellite images. Look, you can see that. You're just doing it for your pocket, you pricks. If I owned that network, if I was CBS or CNN, wherever, I'd be having all my people down there, right on the bottom lines, doing anything they can to help those people, to tell the truth, but they don't. Don't get me started. And then I'll click on, let's share this tab, daily mail here. Let me refresh, because maybe the home breaking news has changed in the last hour, because that's how they roll too. Oh, so before it wasn't Biden when I checked the last time, it was Kamala. No problem. Biden 81 draws gas by saying he's back in the 24 race. Oh my God. What is this? And all these saviors. There's no saviors. Look at this. Tennessee. Elon Musk claims FEMA blockade is stopping him from delivering aid to Hurricane Helene. Well, he's not the only one. Everybody's saying that. But who's the one that's saying that's not true? That's not true. All the major media. So again, who still has cable network right now? Like, who still has Comcast, whatever it is in your town, your country, your state? What company is it that's giving you all your channels? Oh, I get it. Oh, maybe you have a bundle, right? You got the phone, you got the internet. No. Everybody needs to cancel their cable today. It should have happened already years ago. Everybody. Can you imagine if at least 80% of the country unanimously, like, come on, we've seen people with the whole cancel culture, right? And boycott this and boycott that, hashtag boycott, right? Do we really need a boycott? Take your power back. I don't want your services, especially because they suck. You're not delivering news. Okay? And you're sucking my life so that you can live on the top and then tell me what to do and not to do. What the? Yes, I know there are a lot of people that are naturally lazy or weak or have excuses for whatever reasons that they have. Yes, there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people that are mentally not well or not in reality based. Of course. But if we got to live between them, then somebody's got to be the big brother, big sister, put the pants up and do something. First, by living by example. You don't have to do much. Just live by example. Can you imagine all the supermarkets when everyone's like raiding the shelves for toilet paper and BS? I mean, some things are essentials, right? I get it. But the priorities here, the priorities. Now, you imagine all the supermarket chains. Again, all those names, all those brands, all those corporations paying the lobbyists, selling out, and blackmailing, and having all this, blackmail evidence for all the politicians. Right. Well, what would they do if nobody would go to the Kroger's or wherever you live? Acme, Shopping Right. I don't know. I know every state's got a different one. Imagine. They wouldn't survive. They'd be gone. And then if they're all gone, then what? Oh, maybe we go back to mom and pop's place? Oh, maybe we go back to let the town decide what's going to happen in the schools? Over and over and over again. Now, I also see a lot of people that are very generous. They have no problem giving and sharing money because it actually is easier than doing stuff or than stop doing certain things. That's a fact. Everyone's like, and I get it. People are like, I just don't want to know. I just, I got enough with my life until it happens to you. Do you see what I mean? Like, how am I supposed to respect you? You're in your little bubble of delusion, a complete matrix of jail. We're in jail, people. The only difference is I figured it out. At least I'm not going to let it all dictate everything I do and everywhere I go, which is why I don't comply. I'm a good citizen. I don't hurt anybody. And I'm actually one that dedicates their life helping people. Legit. Right? I'm no threat. But you might be a little hinder to somebody who doesn't want people to know their power. Or let's be like somebody like Tony Robbins. Again, I'm still baffled every day when I see a pop-up, whether it's a tweet, a video, or anything about all these empowering, inspirational speakers with all their books. And don't get me wrong, yeah, some of those books are good, all that, get it. But they're still in that same. So if you have anxiety, here's what you do. If you do this, that. Oh, here's 5 steps to fix this. Been there, done that. Like, I get it. Because I'm thinking maybe that's what people want. They just want it simplified. The truth is that the truth is harder. Happiness is harder than 5 steps in the sense that you just need a wake-up call. It's like if you have a bad marriage or bad partnership in business, for example, right? Like, you can ignore it. You could be like, well, here's the benefits to this. Like, maybe I can't. Maybe you just never known what feels good. You've never really felt freedom. Maybe you've never really felt love. So you don't know. You're like, oh, this is good enough. That's fine. I mean, I think they love me. I think they could be cheating, stealing, all kinds of shit, insulting you, putting you down. You know what I mean? And we stick with it because the person itself doesn't think they deserve better. And I'm not talking about deserve like being entitled. It's very simple. In most cases, people don't want to be alone. So they put up with a lot of shit in order not to be alone. But then they will never feel happiness. Like, should you not work out a relationship, a partnership, whether it's business or love, you should. But you think we all make the right decision? That we all hook up with the right person, marry the right person, or go to business with the right person? I mean, sometimes we didn't do a good job, or it was the wrong person, or we overlooked things, or we didn't see red flags, or we're just young and dumb. Whatever the reasons are, you got to keep your standards high. The whole treat others like you'd want to be treated, that doesn't work anymore because people feel like, what can I get out of you? And I'll just do whatever I got to do to get what I want to get out of you. Both people in a partnership. And then they come from a base of fear and they come from a base of wanting. It's greed. Do you understand that? I'm for like people like Braveheart. Okay? Braveheart. And all the men that stood with him against all odds. That's the soul, that's the heart that we all do have. Can you imagine we called people out like, I just saw, I wasn't even trying to read it, but this thing popped up again when I was looking at the whole news thing. Sean Penn with this 30-year-old girlfriend. I'm not judging him. I don't judge. But I had an instinct. As soon as I saw, my first instinct, intuition, was this isn't good. It's not even about the age difference. It's about the fact that I felt that the girl herself was not all there. Like, not in reality, let me tell you. Just like out of it. Like, I don't know. You can call it an airhead, or maybe, I don't know, maybe have daddy issues. Like that, you could feel and you can see this person is not a grown adult that's very mature, knows what they're doing, and they really are in love with this guy who's like gotta be their grandfather's age. No. So even if they do stick around, even if they do get along, there's gonna be some weird, crazy shit. The chances that it'll work, it won't. But the fact that this girl also is gonna have to live with the rest of her life. But my whole thing with, after being with an older man, because that shit's gonna wear off. Okay. Unless you got maybe codependency issues. For example, that's just one in many. But Sean, having sex with somebody who's daughter age, younger even, that's not a man and a woman. That is not a man and a woman in a relationship. I'm telling you. Use your own imagination. But yeah, so when I refresh the page, like, I mean, who hasn't seen enough TikToks X of this stuff, right? Give me a second. Okay. Guess what I'm gonna do? It's locals time, baby, because I also figured out that unless I have like, I don't know, maybe like 50 people in a live, I'm not gonna do call-ins, because not everybody's gonna want to talk and stuff. So I think I need more numbers to be like put myself out there, and both you and me, you get me, you feel me. I love you for everything you do, all your comments and your love and your donations. If you haven't bought me a coffee, become a member on Locals. That's a coffee, really. And we got to stick together, period. So here again is the Locals Restream link that I'm putting in the live chat, but it's also in the description below. Rumble, X, BoobTube. I'm going to wrap it up because we're going over there, okay? We're going over there. And if you think I dropped all the bombs here, no. And I'm even like a little standoffish because what I'm going to tell you is something that I would tell my client, somebody who pays, who confides in me, and we have like, the confidentiality agreement. Do you understand that? So let's see how I'm going to deliver. But of course, I'm all yours, especially on Locals. You want any insight? You want any advice? You want any stories? Anything? Any questions you have? This is the moment. I love you all for being here. And if you know me, I just need a few minutes to do what I got to do real quick, to take care of business. Yeah, because I just follow me on X, and then you'll know the kind of stuff that I would be sharing with you guys here, because that's really what I would be doing. I'd be repeating it. So, and to be continued, because it's not over. I'm very passionate about helping people. And this hurricane BS, do not let them suck it out of you. Just think about, what am I going to do, knowing that there is a country that we need to be fighting for, and this is beyond Trump. Should we pray for Trump? I believe so. I do. It's not about politics. It's because we need to put our heart and mind and our intention out there if we want a country. Oof, that was did you feel that? Ooh. My friends, my online friends, I love you so much. I'm so glad you guys came today. And like I said, if you're watching this in the replay, make sure to comment. Let me know you came and you saw and you stopped by. Share whatever you need to share. Let's keep it going. Let's keep us together. All right. I'll see you over on Locals in a few minutes. And if I don't see you over there on the other side, I'll talk to you soon. Much love and many blessings.